Hello everyone, welcome back to the class of TKG Physics classes where you learn physics in the easiest way. So students, we already completed chapter 1 and chapter 2, that is electric charge and electric field, and chapter 2 electrostatic potential and capacitance. And this two chapter is in the branch of electrostats. That means this two chapter is related to electric charge at rest condition, that is a static, electrostatic, static that means rest. Right now I am come back with a new one. From now we will discuss the third chapter of your physics syllabus, and the chapter name that is current electricity. So first of all you have to know what is current electricity, and this current electricity chapter is related to charge at motion condition. So the basic thing is that the chapter 1 and chapter 2, there is the charge and under rest condition, and chapter 3 that is related to charge under motion condition. So students, here this is a basic part. This class is all about intro for your chapter 3, and in this class we will discuss about the current and current electricity. So first of all you have to know what is current. I think all of you known about this current. In your class 10 syllabus there is a current chapter. Okay, so what is current? The basic thing is that if two points are charged by a potential or different potential, that means there is a potential difference between 2 points, and these 2 points are connected by a connecting wire, then there start a flow of electric charge. When there is a potential difference between 2 points and these 2 points is connected by a connecting wire, that means charge can flow from higher potential to lower potential. Similarly, heat flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. So in electricity, charge flows from higher potential to lower potential, and this flow continue until and unless the potential difference becomes 0. When the potential difference becomes 0, that is the potential between 2 points is equal, then in that condition the charge flow stops. So when charge flows and we measure this flow of charge with respect to time, the rate of flow of charge, in how much time how much charge flows in a conductor, in a wire, this ratio is named as current. So write it down first. So what is current? Current I, represented by I, that is equal to rate of flow of charge. Flow of charge by time. That means if we consider del q amount of charge that flows in a conductor in time t to t plus del t, then the current I is represented as the flow of charge, that means del q, and time interval t to t plus del t, that means in time del t the amount of charge flows, that is del q. So del q by del t, this is represent current, and this is the definition of current, that is I equal to rate of flow of charge, and the charge flows when there is a potential difference between 2 points. Okay. Now if the charge flow, that is steady, that means the flow of charge independent on time, the flow of charge that is constant, fixed, in that condition we can write I is equal to q by t. You can write I equal to del q by del t, but the charge flow varies with respect to time. In that condition we write I in this form, that is limit del t tends to 0 del q by del t. You know, in class 11 there is instantaneous velocity, instantaneous speed and instantaneous acceleration. That means when we measure the electric current at a particular time, at a particular position, at a particular instant, that is time interval del t tends to 0, then this ratio del q by del t with this limit value is represent current, and this current is named as instantaneous current, and that is represented by dq by dt. So, actually in the form of current we use this expression, that is dq by dt. So, if we differentiate q with respect to t in first order, then we can find out the electric current. Now, question is, what is the unit of electric current? All of you know, that is formula is I equal to q by t. So, the SI unit of q, that is coulomb, and the SI unit of time, that is second. So, coulomb by second is named as ampere. Coulomb by second is named as ampere. So, ampere is a scientist name, and this the SI unit, and this is the SI unit of current. Suppose you have to define 1 ampere current. What will be the definition? You just think, you just see here 1 ampere, that means 1 coulomb by 1 second. So, from this equation you define 1 ampere current. Just think, 1 ampere current is said to be done, 1 ampere current is flowing through a conductor when 1 coulomb charge flows in that conductor in which time? In time 1 second. That means when 1 coulomb charge flowing through a conductor in 1 second, this ratio gives how much current? This ratio gives 1 ampere of current. So, this is the definition of 1 ampere current. Okay. Now, what is the CGS unit? The CGS unit of charge, that is stat coulomb, and the time, that is second. So, the CGS unit of current, that is stat coulomb by second. Now, you know the dimension of current, that is A. Now, question is important question, this current is which quantity, scalar or vector? Current has magnitude, current has direction. So, you know the quantity which has magnitude as well as direction is named as vector quantity, but no, current is not a vector quantity. Question is why? Important question. Current is not a vector quantity because if a quantity is said to be vector, this quantity must have magnitude, dimension, as well as this quantity must be follow the vector law of addition. All of you know about the vector law of addition. In your class 11 we studies, that is vector law of addition, triangle law of addition, parallelogram law of addition and polygon law additions. So, a quantity is said to be vector quantity when this quantity follows vector law of addition. Here current does not follow vector law of addition, current follow simple algebra. Take one example. Suppose there is a 3 ampere current, then another 4 ampere current meeting at a junction at a point, 3 ampere and 4 ampere current. So, according to vector law of addition, what will be the resultant? You know the resultant formula, R is equal to root under a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. This is the formula in your class 11. So, according to this formula, if we putting this value a, that is 3, and b, that is 4. So, this one is 3 square plus 4 square plus this part becomes 0 because this angle is 90 degree. So, this answer becomes 5. So, the resultant current becomes 5 ampere and this value becomes according to vector law of addition, but the resultant current will be 3 and 4. So, this one becomes 7 ampere. This is the law, this is the formula for finding resultant current. Here resultant current calculated by simple algebra, current not calculated by vector law of addition, not calculated by according to this formula. So, we can say current is a scalar? No, actually current is a tensor. Tensor is a, I am thinking in your syllabus there is no tensor concept. If there is an option current is scalar, vector, none of this, you must say current is a scalar quantity, not vector. But if there is an option, there is a current is a scalar, vector, tensor, and none of this, you must write current is a tensor. So, current is not a vector quantity, mind it. Current is always a magnitude, direction, but current does not follow vector law of addition. Current follow simple algebra. Now, question is, what is the direction of current? You know, there is the fundamental concept, current directed along the negative direction of flow of, along the opposite direction of flow of electric charge. That means, if we consider a conductor like this, and electric charge flows, okay, this conductor connect with a battery, and here electrons which flows in along this direction. So, the direction of current must be in this way, current direction in this way. You know the basic thing about the current. Current flows always positive to negative terminal. So, the direction of current always becomes positive to negative, and if there is a positive potential and in conductor there is a large number of electrons, and this electrons sign is negative. So, this negative sign becomes attracted by this positive terminal. So, the flow of electrons always along this way, which is attracted by this positive terminal. So, the flow of current becomes in the opposite way, that is positive to negative. So, this is the conventional method, the conventional rules, that is current is directed along opposite to the direction of flow of electron, and in the absence of electron, you know, is named as holes. So, that is the positive charge. We can say that the current is directed along the direction of positive charges, that is along the direction of holes. So, this is the direction of current. So, basically what is current? Current is the rate of flow of charge. Current is a scalar quantity. You can say, if there is an option and the tensor, then you must say current is a tensor, not a vector quantity. Why? Because current does not follow vector law of addition. Then we find out the unit of current and we write it down, we define 1 ampere current. Now, solve one or two numericals related to this current portion. Suppose there is a problem, the value of charge, electric charge given, the value of electric charge Q is equal to given 2t square plus 2t plus 1. This is problem 1. This charge value given, you have to find current I at t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2 second. The first question, and second question is you have to find current at the end of t is equal to 3 second. What is the way out for solving this types of problem? You know the formula, I just write, that is I is equal to dq by dt. That is we have to differentiate q with respect to t, and you know the value of q. So, the value of q, that is d dt of, in the place of q you write this one, that is 2t square plus 2t plus 1. So, d dt of 2t square plus d dt of 2t plus d dt of 1. So, this formula becomes 2 outside, this one is 2t plus 2 d dt of t, that is 1, plus d dt of 1, that is constant differentiation 0. So, this one becomes 4t plus 2. So, this is the value of current. Now, question is you have to find out current at the end of t equal to 3 second. That means just here in the place of t you write at time t is equal to 3 second, the value of current becomes 4 into t plus of 2, that is 14 ampere. So, this is the second answer. We find out current, that is the instantaneous current you say, we find out current at particular time, that is 3 second. So, this is the value of second answer. Now, question is what is the way out for solving first one? We have to find out current at time t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2 second. So, the formula for solving the first portion, that is I is equal to Q2 minus Q1 divided by T2 minus T1. That is the change of charge divided by time interval. So, what is Q2? This value of Q, write it down first. Q equal to 2t square plus 2t plus 1. This Q becomes Q2 when time in the place of t we can write 2 second. This one T1 and this one is T2. So, when t becomes 2 second, this Q value becomes Q2. So, Q2 becomes, write it down, therefore Q2 is equal to 2 into, in the place of t write 2 square plus 2 into 2 plus 1. So, this one becomes 8 plus 4 plus 1, that is 13. Now, what is Q1? Same thing. In the place of t you write T1, that means 0. So, the value of Q1 becomes 2 into 0 square, that is 0, 2 into 0, that is 0, plus of this one is 1. So, Q1 value becomes 1. Now, using this equation we can write I is equal to Q2 by Q1, that is 13 minus 1 divided by T2 minus T1. You know the value of T2, that is 2 second, and T1, that is 0. So, T2 minus T1, that is 2. So, this one becomes 12 by 2, that is 6 ampere. So, the first answer, that is 6 ampere. When you have to find out the current between two time interval, then the formula is Q2 minus Q1 divided by T2 minus T1, and when we find out the current at a particular time, then the formula is I is equal to dq by dt. That means we have to differentiate Q with respect to time. Okay. Now, take another problem. Problem 2. Suppose here current which is passing through a conducting wire is depends upon time according to this relation. Current I is depends upon time according to this relation which is passing through a conducting wire, and here given I naught, that is equal to 10 ampere, alpha given, that is equal to 4 ampere per second. This value given, and you have to find out the flow of charge through a cross section of that wire in time t is equal to 10 second. We have to find out charge, that is Q, at time t is equal to 10 second. So, what is the way out for solving these types of problem? Current given, you have to find out charge. In previous problem, we just see that charge given, we have to find out current. So, in that case, we differentiate charge. Here, current given, we have to find out charge. So, the formula is, you know, I is equal to dq by dt, that is dq is equal to I into dt. If we differentiate these equations, we will find out q. So, differentiate it, that is dq is equal to, in the place of I, write this one I naught plus alpha t into dt. Now, simplify, that is dq is equal to I naught dt plus alpha t dt. Okay. Now, differentiate this one, dq, that means q, differentiate alpha I naught constant dt, that is differentiation t, plus alpha constant t dt, that is t square by 2. So, the formula, and there is integration constant c. So, the q value, that is I naught t plus half alpha t square plus c. So, for finding c, you just consider the initial value, that is at time t is equal to 0, q is equal to 0. So, if we write t is equal to 0 and q is equal to 0, then this formula becomes 0 is equal to 0 plus c, that is c is equal to 0. So, what is the value of q? That is I naught t plus half alpha t square, and the question given, you have to find out time in t is equal to 10 second. So, in the place of t you write 10, I naught, that is 10, t, that is given 10, half alpha, that is given 4, t, that is given 10, the square, that is 10 into 10. So, this formula becomes 100 plus 2, that is 200. So, this one is becomes 300, sorry, this is a charge, unit must be coulomb. So when current given and you have to find out charge, we must have to done this integration part. When charge given, you have to find out current, that is instantaneous current. In this case, we have to do differentiation. And for finding average current between two time interval, the formula is I is equal to Q2 minus Q1 divided by T1 minus T2. Now second term students, you have to know about current density. Why we introduce current density? What is the needful for writing these terms? That is, suppose we consider a conductor and this conductor is connected by a battery and current flowing through this conductor, suppose I is equal to 20 ampere. Current flowing through this conductor, that is 20 ampere. Now, if I ask a question, that is, you say the current flowing through this cross section, you say the current flowing through this cross section, the current flowing through this cross section, the answer not 20 always. The 20 ampere amount of current flowing through this cross section, this conductor. But when we say, you have to say the current flowing through this cross section, the current value will be different. The amount of current which is flowing, that depends upon the area of cross section. So, for measuring the current per unit area, how much current flows in how much area, this concept is known as current density. So, what is the formula of current density? That is, current density is represented by symbol J. J is equal to amount of current that is current flows divided by area of cross section, Suppose this is the amount of current which is this is the direction of current along x axis, and I consider an area of cross section. Suppose this area is represented by symbol A. Now, you just say what is the direction of this area vector. The direction of this area vector, you know, area is a vector quantity and the direction of area vector is always outward. So, the direction of area vector must be along this side. This is the direction of area vector A, outward. So, here I and A is parallel to each other, there is no angle, theta is equal to 0 degree. In that condition, we can say J is equal to current flows, and the current flows which is represented by I, and the amount of current which is flows through this cross section area, and this cross section area is represented by A. So, J is equal to I by A. This is the formula of current density. Now, suppose if I draw, this is the area vector, this area is shifted through some angle. So, what will be the direction of area vector in that case? Area vector, this direction must be shifted through some angle like this way. This is the area vector direction in second condition. In first condition, for this section, area directed this outward. Now, when shift this area of cross section by through some angle, the direction of area vector must be shifted. And you just consider this angle is theta, which is making along the direction of current. So, this is the direction of current and this is the direction of area vector. So, in that condition, what will be the value of current density J? I by A, not. In that condition, area has two components. A is making an angle theta with the direction of current. So, this component is named as A cos theta and this component is named as A sin theta, horizontal component A cos theta. So, in that case, the value of J I divided by, you just think which value we required, A cos theta or A sin theta. We have to need this component value which is directed along the direction of current. So, here we have to write A cos theta. So, from this equation we can say I is equal to J A cos theta, and you know A B cos theta which represent A dot B. So, here we can write I is equal to J vector dot A vector. Current density is a vector quantity which is directed along the direction of current. So, I is a dot product of current density and area vector. You just think I just say current is a scalar quantity, or you may call it a tensor. Why this one? The dot product of two vectors J vector and A vector, the dot product of two vector always gives a scalar quantity. So, in that condition we can say current is a scalar quantity, right. Okay. So, this is the formula for finding current density, that is current per unit area. What is the SI unit? Current unit ampere, area unit meter square. So, ampere per meter square, this is the SI unit of current density. Now, when there is an angle between the direction of current and the area vector, we need to write here the horizontal component of current. Okay. So, the final form is I is equal to J dot A. If we consider the small area of cross section which is represented by dA, suppose a small area is represented by dA, then in that condition we can write I is equal to current is equal to dI. For this area of cross section, suppose the amount of current which is represented dI. So, dI must be J vector dot dA vector, like this way. So, what will be the total current? I, that is integration of dI. So, this formula becomes J vector dot dA vector. So, this is the final form of measuring current. So, when there is a current density given and area of cross section given, using this formula you can find out the current, the amount of current flowing through this cross section. When we consider the area of cross section is represented by dA, in that condition the current is represented by dI. Now, total current, for total current we have to need integrate. Okay. Let us take two problem here given. Problem 1, determine current through a cylindrical wire of radius r. Cylindrical wire of radius r given, and if current density through the wire is uniform, and there is a 4 option, you just check. So, this is a cylindrical wire shape, the radius r, you have to say current density, this one J, which is uniform. So, you know the formula of J, that is J is equal to I by A. So, this current density is current passing through this cross section, and you know the value of area, that is pi r square. So, the value of current becomes J pi r square. You just see this one, first option J pi r square. Okay. Now, second one, you just solve, just check this second problem. Problem given, you have to determine the current, you have to find out current of a wire of length L, radius r, and here given this current density is not uniform. In first question the given current density, that is uniform, this is the simple part, but here given current density is varying with distance, with the center from center r as J is equal to A r by r. Now, you have to find out the value of current. So, first draw this figure, this is the cylindrical part, radius given, this radius given r. Here first of all you have to draw, consider a ring of radius smaller, this ring radius smaller, and this thickness, that is dr. So, first of all you have to consider small, you have to find out the current for small area of cross section. So, for measuring small area of cross section you have to consider this ring of radius smaller and thickness dr. Now, for this purpose What is the direction of current? Current is directed along this side. So the direction of current, that means the direction of J. So J is directed along this side. And what is the direction of dA? This area of cross section is dA, and dA is directed, that is same, outward. So the amount of current, that is J dot dA vector. You know the formula, current I is equal to integration J dot dA. First of all, you have to find out the amount of current for small area of cross section. So for considering small area of cross section, we consider this ring of radius r and thickness dr. So write it down in the place of J. This one is given A small r by capital R, and dA, that means the value of dA. What is the formula of dA? The circumference, perimeter into thickness. Perimeter, that is 2 pi r, and thickness, that is dr. Now you have to find out the total current. So for calculating total current, the formula I is equal to, we have to integrate dI, that is integration A small r by capital R 2 pi r into dr. And you know what will be the limit? The total radius, this one is given r. So when this one is becomes increasing 0 to this radius, total radius becomes r. So here limit becomes 0 to r. So the constant part here will be outside A 2 pi r, that is 2 pi A by capital R outside, that is 0 to r, r, that is r square into dr, that is 2 pi A by r, you know r square into dr, that is r cube by 3, that is 0 to r. So this one becomes 2 pi A by r. In the place of r, you have to write r cube by 3. So 1 r will be cancelled out, this one is r square. So the final form, that is I, becomes this one 2 pi A r square by 3. This is the total current, and there is an option, this one 2 pi A r square by 3, the first one. So these types of problem is very important, students, in your competitive exam. First of all, when there is given J, that is uniform, this is the basic thing, we do not need to integrate this part, but question when given, that is J is variable, varies with distance, and you have to find out current, in that case you have to do integration. Okay. So students, this is all about the basic part of your third chapter, that is current electricity, and this is all about this class. In next class, we will discuss an important part, very important part, that is drift velocity. So till then, tata, bye bye, stay tuned, stay happy, continue your study.